Hi, everybody. I'm Mark. Um, my camera's a lot closer than I thought I remember it being. But that's fine. That works. I think. Just that. That's better. I like that. That's cool. That works. Anyway, we had a good night, apparently. Well, we did get rid of a ghost. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Well, we made a deal with a ghost. Ghost knows we're around, and that we're going to help expose the truth about the ghost and our own family. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare chased away by the harsh morning light. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. It, that's such a good, convincing vibrate sound. Not gonna lie. It always makes me want to look and see if my phone actually is vibrating. Your thoughts are enjoyed by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay. I haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? Check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Call Stella. Hey, what's up? Just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and can't accept messages at this time. Fitting, because she doesn't. She doesn't check it. Let's text her. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? Oh, her phone is off. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. We should take a shower night before. Night before, not morning of. You step into the guest room and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's hauntings. But eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. And in the meantime, we're gonna think about that door. The one that was calling to us. Open, open, open. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Let's check on the possums. Oh, where'd they get bread? They're just very confused about why suddenly there's light and a person staring at them. You close the drawers. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Oh, she moved. Yep, she definitely moved. Someone was looking around. Okay. Interesting. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. You're striking. This week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. But if history is anything to go off of here, it almost doesn't matter how strong the strike seems. This is Tabitha's battle to lose. There isn't a union in Scarlet Hollow, which means a proper strike isn't even legal. Your cousin can do pretty much whatever she wants. She could even fire everyone and wait them out, for instance, or pick and choose her targets. That's true, it's hard to strike when you don't have a union. Let's talk about the strike. No, they weren't predicting the strike. Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. don't know what they want yet. I can assure that whatever it is, it's probably completely unreasonable. All right. Have you heard anything from Stella? Stella, I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. She tends to disappear every now and then. She's tough. She'll be able to take care of herself. What happened? Let's talk about ghosts are real. I still can't get over it. Still sticking to the ghost story, huh? I really don't have the time to indulge a little bit. Should probably get going, right? Yeah. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe, no more hijinks. But let me know if you're in trouble, okay? It's kind of interesting because Tabitha does really want to care for us in some way, but she also just doesn't want to be bothered. So Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. PB&J time! Okay. That's that. Time to head to town. I didn't even know I was going to say that. It just clicked. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. Sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of the time in the woods on Monday. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. That one? It looks like a butt. That's a ditchling. But he does look like ass. As you continue the trek to town, you pause to stare at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. It isn't long until the journey from the estate is over, and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Mark, you made it down the hill in one piece, thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of those ditchlings around, or I would have driven up to get you. I can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? Stop trying to flirt. Mostly just worried about Stella right now. I feel like I'll feel better when we find her. I'm sure she's okay, but yeah, the peace of mind would be nice. So how are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is being shattered a little more each day, so that's cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to get out of this town before it swallows me whole. But I also keep feeling like there are too many reasons to stay. Like right now, I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I can't just let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by Bigfoot. And my mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. She just keeps giving me tea and ignoring anything I tell her about the weird stuff that's been going on around town. I figured if anyone would be interested in magic stuff, it'd be her. But she ends the conversation every time I start talking about it. Sorry, I'm ranting. Thanks so much for asking. It was really thoughtful of you, and it helped to talk about it. If you ever need someone to rant at, too, I'd be happy to return the favor. Yeah, I'm supposed to see your mom. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today, but she couldn't have told all of us last night. Maybe she's going to reach her fortune. She'd probably stop making fun of her whole new age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Still, there'll be plenty of time for tea after we've looked for Stella. So, ghosts, huh? Yeah, ghosts. I don't know about you, but I'm currently staving off a massive existential crisis about the state of matter and what being alive means. Can punch a ghost. No. Any idea why Stella was so upset? Being possessed seemed awful, but she's the one who ran off. Could be a lot of things. She could have hit her breaking point stress-wise. She could have been horrified by meeting a ghost for the first time. She could be struggling with what the ghost did. How far do I have to look? Wow. A meeting of ghosts. Okay. My eyeline's different. Okay. I'll find Stella, basically. Let's go with this. I'm still skeptical. There's got to be a better explanation for what happened last night than ghosts are real, and they hate me personally. Well, that one ghost hated me personally, at least. We are in a mining town, and town-wide gas leaks aren't unheard of. In the back of my mind, I'm hoping this is all a big hallucination, so I could just drive over the town limits and go back to a world where ghosts and ghouls are only in the movies. Still, everyone experienced the same thing. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we should probably just operate under the assumption that ghosts are real from here on out. Any leads on Stella? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere. She's not answering her phone. I also don't want to bet on that. Guess we should get started. Yeah, we're burning daylight. Where to first? Let's go to Stella's house. Definitely. I probably should have done that before getting you, just to come all the way down here. To be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself, just in case I ran into any of those other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. I can see that being pretty great. Make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. Your protective instincts set in, and the muscles in your arms tighten, your shoulders straightening. If danger lurks ahead, you're ready for it. We just puff up our chest, get ready to punch a ghost in the face. Except the only person that should be in there is Stella. So maybe don't try to punch Stella in the face. For the life of you can't remember if Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left the library yesterday morning. There we go. Don't remember. Okay, don't worry about trying to remember. Hopefully we'll be able to clear up who left the door open when we walk in and see Stella alive. And well, not just answering her phone for some reason. We should go in, right? Yeah, we should go in. I should go in. Solo mio. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera, not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Check out the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the corner by a used butter knife. I don't know, because Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. So maybe that's just because I've only been over when she was already expecting me. Check out Stella's room. She is not here. Also, that looks very lived in. Better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. Let's check her computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? Yeah, there we go. What if we don't find her because we didn't snoop on her computer? Sure, snoop away, but I'm not going to take part in this. I'll just be over here, standing in the corner of the room, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifyingly cluttered. I mean, that's to be expected with how her room is. I don't know what I expected to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? In her own mind, I bet Stella's organized this chaos. We're gonna sift through the chaos. One folder catches the eye. Boring tax stuff. Years of helping friends with their computers have made you all too familiar with this folder. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to taxes, and its contents are never boring. That's basically the hide in plain sight vibe. Wow. You're surprised to find it contains a carefully mapped out diagram of the Scarlet Hollow mines, including holes in fences in areas with low visibility. There's also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin, an authentic joyful smile, and Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Let's check her search history. Something I wish is always cleared if I died. I'm furious. Well, actually, that doesn't even matter. Search history doesn't matter. I don't look for anything odd. I think. Maybe just delete it anyway. Her search history is almost entirely work-related. A furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of the ditchlings. That's that. Okay. Yeah, there's a ton of open tabs. Oof. You visited Uncle Carl's Bigfoot farm in the past, despite the name and despite the fact that the posters all call themselves Carl's Big Feet. The community takes itself very seriously, but it's one of the more consistently active cryptid boards on the web. Now, if it's Carl's Big Feet, does that mean he has multiple Bigfoots or he has two big feet? The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone, I was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings. I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage and some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I guess that's kind of fair. Although with horror movies, I think they'd want to go for more authenticity and try and make it, I mean, it has to be visible, but it also has to be scuffed enough to be believable. Also, in the age of like cell phone recordings, especially now, blurry footage isn't a great milestone for authenticity for videos. Also, since AI's around, you could always just add that blur. I'm serious, I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at what they're doing to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. I mean, some are scientists and entertainers. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so one, this isn't an ARG. I would never. ARGs are difficult to plan. And two, maybe I will do an ARG if I ever make a horror movie. You're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure We found some Tommy knockers. Okay, maybe I am turned enough that I should. It's only if I turn left. What the fuck? Oops. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knockers Real. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is a kidnapped by aliens all over again. Is that actually a movie? Also, lol, doughy white things and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell it to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her, or I'm going to call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. Thread ends. Alright, let's waste the time. Let's get out of here. Good. We are going to try and find everything. This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. She still does the cork boards with strings thing. So that's putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyways. Alright, let's move on. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. What's next? Let's check out on Oscar. You're so brave for sleeping in that house after everything we went through. I would rather sleep in the woods with the ditchlings than someplace that was that haunted. I don't know. Seems like we really, got through the whole entire worst of the whole entire haunting thing. Morning light streams in through the library's large windows. In the bright daylight, it's once again a place of comfort. All menace having fled in the wake of Charles Shaw Jr.'s departure. No ghosts, thank God. I was not up for an encore. I guess Oscar must be in the back. No, that's where I'd be if I finally got my house back. Let's go. Make your way back towards the annex. It feels strange to be back here in the light of day, as if the events of the previous evening were all just a terrible dream. This hallway creeps me out. Kanika knocks on the door. Oh, good morning. It's so good to see all of you. Please come in. He's perpetually in tank tops. You're doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age can take shots that well. You're being so brave. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5. But you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives, and here you are taking it like a champ. Dr. Kelly's kind demeanor vanishes as she turns and glares at you. Oh, I see we have visitors. How are you doing, Rosalina? Tired. My leg hurts a lot. The medicine is helping. It's not so bad now. Plus, I'm going to lie down in an actual bed I got to lie down in an actual bed last night. You have no idea how good that felt. Thanks, Mark. I can't believe you got any sleep last night after all that ghost stuff. I just sat on the couch with all the lights on. I don't think I slept at all. I really needed some rest after, the hospital and my foot. Your body's desperately trying to get you to rest. All the activity yesterday was pretty brutal on your injury. It's never going to stop hurting if you keep pushing yourself. So, what are you not going to do today? Anything? That's right. You're staying right here. No walking around, no investigating haunted houses. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. I should have been better at stopping her. I take full responsibility as her father. I should have. No need for anyone to step in and take blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence if you ask me. Give it time and then you can do all the activities you want. All right, Rosalina? Ooh. Let's just remain silent. So, you've got your meds, you've got your nest of pillows, a helpful friend by your side, and a cat to keep you company. Seems like you're all set. Make sure you do a whole lot of nothing today. I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. Yes, thanks again for coming down to see us, Joanne. Not a problem. I'd much rather she stay put than have to get in and out of cars. I'll call later today to see how things are going. But the rest of the week is less eventful for both of you. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? Dr. Kelly's features harden once again as she steps towards the door. She does not like us. We'll let you kids have some space. Alexis, why don't you figure out the restful activity for you and Rosalina? You do, Mr. Gutierrez. I brought some video games and puzzles from my house and some movies too. Whatever you want to do, Rosalina. Oscar ushers you down back to the library. What's up? Is everything okay? Yes, everything's fine, or at least much better than yesterday. I can't thank you all enough. I'd like to be as helpful as I can from here on out. Now that our little situation is dealt with, I'll finally have time to dig into the town archives. Our house was haunted because someone was murdered there. The mine collapse the other night was at the site of a mass grave. With enough research, maybe we'll be able to get a step ahead of the next crisis. Maybe we can actually preempt it. That is assuming there's going to be a next crisis. But something tells me we aren't in the clear yet. We should compare notes. Not that I have any to start with, but if you know anything that might narrow down my research, it could save me a lot of time. Oscar, before we get sidetracked, we're not just here to talk about monsters. Stella's been missing since last night. Oh. You haven't seen her, right? Not since last night. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. I keep hearing things. I will. I'm sure she'll be okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. So let's make this research session quick. I don't think we actually know much more than you do, but I've got some hunches. I can't help but feel like there must be some inciting event since everything started getting weird seemingly overnight. What that inciting event was or where to start looking for it, I have no idea. But something to keep in mind. If there's a root cause for all this, hopefully there's a way to put the genie back in its bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. Okay. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There's one in the mines, another in your basement, and there might be more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there. But who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Mark. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if you were right yesterday. Mark, what if there really is another one of those carvings in the clinic? Should we warn Dr. Kelly? You may have believed Oscar about last night, but I don't know how receptive she'd be if we told her there might be ghosts in her house. Even if she believed us, she's stubborn. Yeah, let's do this. Reese mentioned movie night, right? It's the perfect cover for an investigation. Who knows if that would fly with Dr. Kelly, though? After last night, I'm pretty sure she's not going to let us anywhere near her house. If we're going to investigate the clinic, I think we're going to have to break in. No, absolutely not. It's what Stella would do. And she's been 3 for 3 this week when it comes to finding spooky stuff. She's also been 3 for 3 when it comes to finding her way into mortal peril. This is why we have to find her as soon as possible. And it shouldn't fall on me to suggest we do something dangerous. I'm terrible at selling it. It's not that I don't think we should figure out what's going on in there. We just need to be cautious about what do we do next. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it is to help a friend. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? Yeah, let's study the carving we have here. Not a chance. I know the ghost is probably gone for good, but that thing is evil. And if there's even the slightest chance that going back down there triggers something, it's not worth disturbing. At least not until we know more. And our safety comes first right now. We finally have our bows back, and I'm not taking any risks until we know what we're dealing with. No arguments here. Yeah, whatever we do, we need to find Stella first. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. Let us know what you find. I will. Okay, so Oscar, that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something, which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. Bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the two of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? Hello, Mark. Hope you're sufficiently recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. You need bed rest and lots. What is wrong with Kanika? You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. I mean, I don't think it's a cold. Well, maybe it is just a cold. She seems fine. Go on. Get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Mark about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to him. She doesn't want you to hear what she wants to say to me. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I really should lie down. Bye, Mark. Kanika turns and heads toward the stairs without saying another word. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. We go to the tea room. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. Take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here. Only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through this heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright glow lights over the plant in the corner. It's castor bean, an incredibly toxic plant, and strange for a tea maker to keep around in her workspace. It's pretty, though. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? I'm going to sip my tea. Tastes like dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal. and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Did you know my mom? But of course. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she's not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mother raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. That's sad. That's very sad. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The youngest died and the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like I know a lot about the women in the family. What about the men? Did they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage flame that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe he was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. By the way, Vivian was that... What? Oh, by the way, Vivian was that night when she came to me. It stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much as at the thought of having a baby. So how did you end up in Scarlet Hollow? Well, my family's been in the hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. So she's the hill folk healer. I'm getting tongue-tied. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks we could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. Which medicinally does make sense. It's like, as far as I know, a lot of plants have a lot of the medicines. It's how you first get them, or how they first got them. You have to know which plants are which. I'm just gonna finish my tea. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. Small empty cup, save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit at the bottom of a cup. Frost, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy, lurking in plain sight. Who's the cat? It's not really Wayne. It's not Tabitha. It's not Stella. It's not Kanika. It's like Wayne kind of wants to protect us. It's not Reese or Avery. Dr. Kelly does kind of block us. Also, Pastor Daniel. He seems like an asshole and weird. There's something wrong with that poor young man, isn't there? I don't think there's actually a bad bone in his body. There's just something perennially off-putting about him. His whole situation's rather unfortunate. The cat requires a level of closeness, and I don't think the good pastor is really capable of. Not to be rude or gossip, but I don't think he has a single friend in town other than his wife and daughter. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. I think it's Stella, oddly. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way. It's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek the carvings out, piece together what you can from visions, and arm yourself with information. Information is always a good thing to have. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday. The one that seems to draw you in, urging you to deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I think I felt another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you nearly all the way to the second story, and she never locks any of the doors up there. Just in case that's helpful information. You want to learn how to break into a clinic? Here's how you break into a clinic. I think that's all the help I can offer. Hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. I think we actually benefited a lot more from that. We learned a lot more about what's going on, and possibilities at least. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. It is pretty empty. Let's try talking to Miles. See any weird rocks around town? Yeah, you. He smirks. Clearly this is a very sick burn and you should feel bested by his wit. Okay. Let's check in on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. Let's knock. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. Can I come in? Oh, hey. Yeah, let me just straighten up. You hear a frantic crumpling and crinkling and clinking, and shuffling as she tidies her room. Okay, come in. Kanika's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and present. Faded stickers from her childhood line her bookshelf, and boxes of packed belongings sit in the corners of the room. Is that a Sailor Moon? Those are both Sailor Moon figurines. She's very Sailor Moon. Well, actually, that's from Inuyasha. Isn't that the Shomaru? I think that is the Shomaru. And that's Parasite. This is very anime. I'm showing how much of a weeb I am. I don't usually have people over. Don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Yes, if it says romance, that means we're going to try and start a romantic arc. We're not going to do that. There we go. And do you like what you see? It doesn't have to be like or dislike. I just think it's interesting to get to know people. She's upset. Of course she'd say that. It's not your room that's on the line. I'd like to see how you'd feel if someone came poking around in your private sanctuary, saying it reflected them as a person, then not saying whether or not that was a good thing. I'd like to see you not get all nervous. Not that I'm nervous. We need to find Stella. Come along. But where should we go? Let's go to the clinic. I was hoping to see Reese sometime today. I wanted to ask if he knows anything about Stella, and make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Let's do it. All right. Oh, that's Sybil. Before you make it to the stairs, the light turns on, startling both of you. Thought you were going to get some rest, Kanika. You should really get back to bed, or this cold of yours will only get worse. I still have a lot of energy. I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you just haven't been yourself these past few days. All this running around has been a detriment to your health. Miles and I want to see you healthy. You hold this family together. Why does she seem so evil here? She's giving an evil vibe with the freaking silhouetted light. You shouldn't get between a mother and her daughter. Sybil knows what's best here, and Kanika is more than capable of speaking for herself. She cannot keep up with us. Yep, she's running on adrenaline. All right, we're putting her in danger. Let's just leave her be. I'm sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store, and I let Miles run off the other day. It was so irresponsible of me. That's all right, Kanika. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't, and it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Yeah, this isn't ominous sounding at all. Not in the speech, the freaking ground tone. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover, then you can get back to all this town mystery business. Mark, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. My mom is right. Mark, you go on without me. Okay. We go on without her. Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you leave and make your way back to Main Street alone. Yeah, that seems like she's either suspicious of us or a very suspicious person. All right, we're going to get to the clinic. We're going to do our stuff here. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. Let's talk to Reese first. There's no one in there. Reese must be somewhere else. He could be up in the clinic. You make your way up the hill and survey the terrace. This should be easy. You take a step back and jump. You land and try the door. It's unlocked. We are big and strong and have a powerful build. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please, or rather you're free to explore as you please. You can feel the old sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it is that wanted you to find it. Okay, we're just going to be going towards whatever the thing is. It's just pushing us in. Oh, right, he's kind of vampiric. Lights click on, you're in the morgue. Mark, what are you doing in the morgue? I'm here. I'm not. Please don't stake me. I just sometimes find it easier to sleep down here. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. You're a vampire. His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You almost feel yourself slipping into a trance and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Yeah, we gotta follow it. Touch the wall, it feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Yes, we can speak unga bunga caveman talk. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in way. There's some magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of your hair. It should take 2 seconds. Sounds great. Lead the way. It's great that Reese is totally okay with us destroying the morgue in his mom's clinic. He strides past you. His long legs move swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know that you were awake. I still feel like shit. But I think I can finally try to get some juice down. Looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I'd just pick some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. It'll be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take care. I'll take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked. The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising to it in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. Alright, so we're gonna go and get this axe real quick. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious where it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. Alright, don't see an axe here. No axe. Me need smash. Yeah. Let's take a skim of these documents with our family name on them. How did Pearline die? Sleep. She died of sleep apnea. Interesting. Oh, Tabitha actually discovered her. Chrysanthemum. How does she? Oh, her middle name. We're definitely gonna make fun of her for that later. Edwardines. Heart failure. Feeling normal. Almost made it to 90. I have a normal old person illness. Enox. Ooh, he fell off a cliff. It seems... Wow, that's... We're gonna flip through these. Names are as familiar. That's the guy who got crushed. That's right, you had a great uncle who died in the collapse. Joseph Scarlet. Okay, just telling us when they died. Oh, okay. Wars. The guys seem to die in brutal ways. Okay, no, she just disappeared. Same day Enoch died in the hiking accident. What if they both died in that hiking accident? Okay. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. That is a lot of kids to outlive. What the fuck? You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. Alright. We got the axe. Oh, whoa. She got back really, really fast. Okay, we gotta hide. That's hiding. Yeah, let's just let him in. Alright. We're not gonna flirt with Reese. Yeah, we're gonna quietly wait for the danger to pass. Thought we were gonna be able to watch her poisoning Reese. But also, doesn't Reese have like, he has like some kind of mutation or something, right? Can't help but notice what Dr. Kelly left on the long steel table in the middle of the room. A sprig of small furry fruits, castor beans. Yeah. There's castor oil somewhere. Where did your mom get castor beans? Okay, he found the keys. He didn't answer our question. It's part of the medicine. Oh. Doesn't he have like wings? Why do I think he has wings? Like tiny wings that are still growing. Right. There we go. What if it actually does help him? You know what she gives you for your supposed illness? No, I don't. She never explained it. I thought it was just too complicated for me to understand, so she didn't bother. Maybe she has some kind of information on it lying around here somewhere. The drawer over there is locked. If I were information on some mysterious alien-looking fruit, I'd probably be in that locked drawer, right? Good thing I already have the keys. He has really long fingernails. Okay, he's got a notebook. This is about me. There's stuff in here when I was like 12. It's some kind of diary or medicinal history or both, I guess. What is this? Something about another episode? Guess she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we go. Some illustrations. It's those beans you mentioned. He uses them to make my medicine. That's poison, right? Shit, that was the door from the house. We gotta run. Alright, we're heading back to the basement. We're gonna destroy the wall of this morgue. And I guess I have another vision. Nope. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird noises, some weird sounds, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all the industrial clanging you listen to. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? If you keep this powered, she must have a really high power bill. Like, does she actually keep these corpse refrigerators running? You don't have to do that. I'll grab something from my room later. Sure, whatever you're able to do. It's really calling for us. I should warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down this wall. Smiles. Good. Feels like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. It's time. Okay, let's do this. I don't want to speak caveman. That just feels weird. I've got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Wow, he's strong for someone in his frail condition. He is a vampire. He's just straight up a vampire. Staggers back from the massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy shit. Littered edge frames a dark passage seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff. Cold seeping from a forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back here. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell. Like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward and you climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. Entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. Honestly, if it was like flimsy drywall, we could have burst through. Not with our bare hands. Or just ran through it. Although that was so hurt. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten. Water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. That's like Poseidon with a bunch of snake-headed things. Enoch, I thought you were going to come. I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. He said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Nick, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I'm doing my own research and I've found us an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I want to talk to the witch. A witch, but that's nonsense. It's all right. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carvings and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. Are you okay? No ghosts? No mountain collapsing? I had a vision. Like a hallucination. I had those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. It was just weird little things like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. An old family like yours, I believe it. Hopefully that's all ancient history though. Doesn't everyone technically have an old family? How did I get here? I carried you. You don't have the kind of muscle mass required for that. Huh? Why would I lie about that? I just picked you up and carried you back. It's not like I had to go very far. Does Dr. Kelly know we're in here? No, I snuck you and back into the house while she was busy in the medicinal storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come too in the morgue. Alright, let's do this. That might be a little tricky. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine. She's not happy about it. I'm sure you can understand why. There's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. Except, I think that's been keeping him... I'm starting to remember more. It's been a long time since I played episode 4. I've been thinking about what you said at dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I've stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. Let's find a distraction until it's safe to leave. Distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It would obviously take more than a day for rice and poison to be out of his system. He's... whatever poisoning him, and whatever reason she's poisoning him, it's clashing. Something's about to happen. Yeah, let's go with that. The showing of Shi no Chi. Something blood. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. The slow burn of a movie and the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. What with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of directors of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, but this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on, like watch movies with another person or talk to people ever. Is he transforming? It looks like he's getting healthier, which I don't know if is a good thing. Normally that would seem like a good thing, except I think he's a monster. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. I'm not trying to flirt with him. Let's say that. I'm glad I get to be your friend, Reese. It's still hard to imagine, hard to believe after all these years alone that that's going to be my reality. Man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And he has fangs. Then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now. What with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. Reese, are you feeling okay? Just a little jittery. I had a weird day and I think being down here is making me anxious. I'm all hopped up on adrenaline. Maybe waiting out the dock is a bad idea. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that she'll figure out we're onto her. It would be too easy for her to lock me up again and be thorough about it this time. Knock on the window. Mark, don't go get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is it that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the window. Good luck, freak. That glass is shatterproof. Why does he have shatterproof glass on his basement window? Except for the fact that he's probably a monster of some kind. Or a vampire. He's just a vampire. His mom knows, and she's been trying to suppress him. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. Why do he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. Reese is kind of sounding weird. Why is he protecting us? Window shatters. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases. His ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Alright, he has a tail. Leave us alone. The surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes out. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. Let's run for the stairs. You see enough to know you need to leave. You run up the stairs. The door is blocked by a chair. And then it's blocked by something else too. Let's just tear through them. You stretch and rip, yellow and red globs of paint coating your hand in place of viscera. Finally, the wood's slippery in your painted grip. You fling the door open. Rush to the front door. Okay, more of those things, and we can pull them apart. We're strong. We're a big, strong man. You turn to witness Reese. Can't let anyone leave right now. We might find a way out. But it's okay. I'll make it so she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. Go back downstairs. You'll be safe there. Besides that, Reese, you're going to need some heavier firepower than your fist to deal with him. I'm not going to let you kill your mother. You won't be able to stop me. It has to be done, Mark. I'm sure you'll understand once the moment has passed. He turns and disappears deeper into the clinic. Try and warn Dr. Kelly, but let's warn her. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday, all intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. The clinic holds new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. You open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck. All right, we'll roll out of the way. Okay, so that's tranquilizer. Pulls the tranquilizer dart from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that. Nope. No, she doesn't. As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Fort Wayne takes another step downstairs. Paint flows out between cracks in the wood. Reese is panicked, pulling in a mob of furious creatures to hold his enemy in place. The artist darts away, but his creations continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway as Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Let's go get the axe. Hey, Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You, Mark, I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What the hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medicinal storage closet. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. We're going. Rush. I'm here. Great, now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's the bottle labeled carfentanil. Prayer tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. The intercom system, huh? Doc? Good. You should hear this. Mark, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not going to hurt anybody else. Just her. It's going for revenge. If I don't, you and I both know she's going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? Shove me back down in the basement and maybe someplace even worse. Keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. So does he actually die? It seems like he actually dies. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. Wayne, help! Wayne, help me! I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers aren't going? How does she know? Does she know that tranquilizers aren't going to kill me? Does she care? Trust me, Reese. I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you. Tell yourself whatever lies you have to, Mom. If you want it, you don't seem that old. Thank you. Thank you, Brad Offspring. If you want a good relationship, you had your chance, and you decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. Oh, right. I totally forgot that I was old, man. I actually am pretty old. Don't try to spin it like some kind of crime. Actually, I don't even know why it's on there. Let's see. I'm totally. Sorry, that just threw me off. No, there's no. I don't think this. Well, actually, I might have played a game with an old man and forgot to take off that tag, but I'm not sure. Where is it on my channel? I also do get called old man quite a few times. I'm gonna check that in a bit. Anyway, don't try to spin it like some kind of passion now that the consequences are staring at you in the face. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. What the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two of you stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. We're gonna do that. We're gonna grab the tranquilizers because she needs them. It's good to be organized when you have to fight demons. And then we're gonna go help Wayne fight Reese because we're powerful, big, strong man. And we have an axe. How bad is the axe gonna hurt Reese? We're just cutting through some pain. Use violence at least 3 times. Oh. We're a violent person. You sink your axe into Reese's chest, leaving a gaping wound. I thought we were friends. I guess I was wrong. The wound starts to stitch itself back together. I don't need your help. Stay out of my way. There's no need for you to get into the middle of the things. As Reese finishes reconstituting his chest, Wayne shoves you back down the hall. Reese's creations rush to fill the space between you. Your path cut off. You make your way to the safe room. Okay. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep it open for that long. You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her, and she steps on it, just crushes it. Sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. You probably have a few minutes before he gets here. Let's talk, Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him fully while he's fully transformed. I've been fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. How'd you settle on Ryson? I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it. I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. It was... And that's all I had to say about that. What just happened? Okay. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this before. Maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different. And I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. Alright, we'll leave it at that. What's the game plan here? Long and short term. Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizer, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. I see no flaws in this plan. And if he manages to find a way out and kills you, I'm not going to let that happen. While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? You have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say all this shit out loud. Sit in silence and wait for Reese. He's coming. Okay, so I have the tranks ready. And I open the door before he crosses the hallway. His paint is coming. Oh, that is a big thing. Never mind. He's still about the same size as we last saw him. What happened to Wayne? Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over some tranquilizers. This is our shot. We'll give it to her. I think we die if we don't give it to her. Go to sleep. Nap time. Sleep, sleep. Mark, I thought we were in this together. You thought wrong. I barely know you. Dr. Kelly sighs heavily, staring down at the warped figure of her son. I could drag him into the safe room on my own. I'll meet you at the front door when I'm done. Leave her to it. Return to the entrance of the clinic. Everything is quiet now. Only streaks of paint where Reese's minions had once roiled out of the cracks in the wood. Hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. I don't care how much you feel like you need to share what just happened with other people. The more people know about this, the more trouble it is for me and for him. I don't need any more well-intentioned escape plans. Someone needs to kill him. Happy to help. You're a strange one, Mark, but I appreciate having a second set of hands in there. Thanks. As much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I have to get to work. Gotta clean this place as best as I can before tomorrow. And you should probably get home. It's dark. I'm sure your cousin is worried about you. Hug her. No offense, but I'm not a hugger. See you later, Mark. She firmly escorts you to the door, closes behind you. Night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream. And now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. We're going home. It's time to go home. You don't get far before you're interrupted by the jingling of dog tags. Gretchen appears at the edge of the road, running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. That must have been cute, also very sad because pug legs aren't long. Poor Gretchen, and she's so old. She seems distressed. She whines as she stares up at you from the ground. She eyes desperate, anxiously, jumping back and forth and darting away when you try to lean down to her. So that basically means she wants us to follow her. Just follow Gretchen. Just cut to the chase. I've hung out with pugs. Pugs are awesome. We're along the trees thin, and you find yourself on a steep hill by a 2-lane road, lined on one side by sheer rock. They're sitting on a log, staring mournfully at the asphalt. This is where her parents died. Gretchen runs up to her and sits in Stella's lap. Gretchen, you're back. Don't scare me like that again. I remembered this part. I was like, oh, maybe it skipped it. No, we actually got to this. Mark, how did you... Wait, did Gretchen come get you? She must think I'm dying or something. Yeah, Gretchen found me. She's a good girl. She really is. Please, just talk to me, I'm begging you. Doesn't matter, there's nothing to talk about. I think I just need to go home. Come on, let's just get back to town. No, let's talk. Let's tell her about what happened today. Oh? Oh my God. I'm just going to go ahead and lock that one away in the void. Stella scoops Gretchen up in her arms, and the three of you walk back to town in silence. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. She gives you a tired wave before retreating into her house. Time for you to go home too. He appears as if out of nowhere, a closed street with what at first looks like blood and gore, but you quickly realize is paint, evidence of his altercation with Reese. I'll walk you. Just explore punching him. Thank God you're okay. I was worried Reese got into you. Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing. Shall we? Okay. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly I wasn't sure, but now I know. Why can we flirt with Wayne? Is Wayne another romance option? Does he? That's interesting. This is actually very different from my first playthrough. Why are you following me around? Because you're special. But why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable. Thought you wanted me to stay at the state. Aren't you going to lecture me? You are free to make your own decisions. Those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and now that it's started, I know that you cannot stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe while you do what you must. Thanks for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. What up, Mark? We're just going to walk. Just walk and don't talk to me. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. You should try to spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. He disappears into the underbrush. We're going home. The estate feels empty, wind howling through its abandoned halls, the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. We'll go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into the room and collapse on the bed. Damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny windowless room. All his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own, but you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. Alright. We're going to save this, and that's a good place to stop for now. I wonder what... There's quite a few differences. Wow, quite a few differences in choices we've made. Like, I remember there was a lot more to the talk with Stella. I think I missed a few opportunities there. But we did find out a lot more about Reese. I kind of remember the Reese thing. We did talk with Wayne more, and I never knew you could flirt with him. That was different. Anyway, thank you for coming by, hang out, check out the stream. I'll see y'all next time. Now, take care.